Now, those amateurs that are advising him, not Dr. Oz, I'm talking about White House healthcare experts, refuse to tell him that those instructions that were to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse all of a sudden eliminates a government program that's called the provider tax.
All right, so some judicial fighting that's going, I would say, in our direction. And by our, I mean America's direction. We will have a less out of control judiciary, particularly at a moment when we have a president who's doing a lot of good things for America. Now let's get to the big, beautiful bill, because it does seem to be moving forward. This is on Truth from Donald Trump. Tonight, we saw a great victory in the Senate with the great, big, beautiful bill, but it wouldn't have happened without the fantastic work of Senator Rick Scott, Senator Mike Lee, Senator Ron Johnson, and Senator Cynthia Lummis. They, along with all of the other Republican patriots who voted for the bill, are people who truly love our country. As President of the USA, I'm proud of all of them and look forward to working with them to grow our economy, reduce wasteful spending, secure our border, fight for our military and vets, ensure that our Medicaid system helps those who truly need it, protect our Second Amendment, and so much more. God bless America and make America great again. Okay, so as you guys know, there was a big fight about this, and I had Rand Paul on the show about 10 days ago, who's on the more libertarian side of things, and what his argument was that he wasn't going to vote for it initially was that, yes, are we getting a lot of the Doge cuts? Yes. Are we getting tax cuts? Yes. All good. But at the same time, the rate of spending, say on the border wall, I think it was about 57 billion, about 60 billion basically for the bill, for the wall, that the rate of spending is still going up so that it actually is increasing the deficit, which is something that a lot of more libertarian-minded Republicans particularly don't want to happen. So now I want to show you a video of Thom Tillis at the Capitol, who is a Republican, saying that, from North Carolina, saying that this bill will betray Trump's promise. And then we'll get some follow-up from Mr. Trump himself.
On health care and betraying a promise. It is inescapable that this bill in its current form will betray the very promise that Donald J. Trump made in the Oval Office or in the cabinet room when I was there with finance, where he said we can go after waste, fraud, and abuse on any programs. Now, those amateurs that are advising him, not Dr. Oz, I'm talking about White House healthcare experts, refuse to tell him that those instructions that were to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse all of a sudden eliminates a government program that's called the provider tax.
Okay, so the reason I'm showing you that is not every Republican went alongside. Now, Mike Lee from Utah, who's also, I would say, you put him right next to Rand Paul in terms of small government, don't tread on me Republicans. Mike Lee did vote for it. Rand Paul did not vote for it. I want to be clear on that. And also Thom Tillis did not vote for it. Now, I would also say that it's kind of good that within the Republican Party, you can get some infighting, right? You can get some infighting and some people saying, so here you have a senator from North Carolina basically like, listen, my thing was cutting spending. This ain't doing it. Trump's making the counter argument that we're doing an awful lot of things and it has to be done right now. You can make your own decision on that. But then some interesting things happened after with Senator Thom Tillis. Listen to this from Donald Trump. Looks like Senator Thom Tillis, as usual, wants to tell the nation that he's giving them a 68% tax increase as opposed to the biggest tax cut in American history. At the same time, he is unable to understand the importance of a debt extension, which Republicans gave to the Democrats just prior to the November 5th election because of its significance and how important it was for the future of the USA. Sadly, the Democrat politicians probably won't reciprocate on a debt extension because they're nasty people who actually hate our country. Tillis is also willing to throw the very important tobacco industry in North Carolina out the window for reasons nobody seems to understand. He loves China-made windmills that will cost a fortune, ruin the landscape, and produce the most expensive energy on earth. I can't believe that the great people of North Carolina, a state that I love and won all 3 times, and a state that I just brought back with money, blood, sweat, and tears from the recent tragic floods when Sleepy Joe Biden let them drown, right up until the end of that administration without doing anything. I was given an A+ rating for the job we did in bringing it back, and Tillis, despite being a Republican, was missing in action. North Carolina will not allow one of their senators to grandstand in order to get some publicity for himself for a possible but very difficult re-election. America America wants reduced taxes, including no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security, interest deductions on cars, border security, a strong military, and a bill which is great for our farmers, manufacturers, and employment in general. Thom Tillis is making a big mistake for America and with the wonderful people of North Carolina. Okay, so that's wordy, but basically Trump does not like Tillis anymore. Again, I would leave it to you to decide, like, at the end, is this going to increase spending? It seems likely that the answer is yes, and that's what most of the pushback from people like Tillis and Rand Paul was. At the same time, are there going to be massive tax cuts? Do we need to get some things done as it, like, we can't just say, okay, we want a border and then not be willing to fund the border. So we'll see where it all shakes out. But then, interestingly, as it pertains to the future of Thom Tillis, Donald Trump tweeted this over the weekend, or put this up on Truth over the weekend. Numerous people have come forward wanting to run in the primary against Senator Thom Tillis. I will be meeting with them over the coming weeks for someone who will properly represent the great people of North Carolina and, so importantly, the United States of America. Thank you for your attention in this matter. That was 2 days ago. And then what just happened? This from Eric Daughtry. Breaking, this is yesterday. Senator Thom Tillis, Republican North Carolina, not running for re-election following primary threat from Trump. So yes, Trump wins.